Hey yo, welcome to the channel for my game week 5 predictions and the actual results. And today in this video I'm featuring Thogden and Thogdad predictions. If you're new, subscribe to the channel, put on the notification bell. Anytime I release a video, you may be one of the first people to be notified. Without wasting much of your time, let's get into it one time. So let's begin. The first game was Wolves versus Liverpool. Going to this game, I predicted a 3-1 win for Liverpool, and Thogdad also predicted a 2-1 win for Liverpool, and Thogden predicted 2-0 win for Liverpool. At the end of the day, the actual result was 3-1 win for Liverpool, so I got it spot on. And the next game was Aston Villa versus Crystal Palace. Going to this game, I predicted a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. Thogdad predicted a 1-0 win for Aston Villa, and Thogden also predicted a 2-1 win for Aston Villa. At the end of the day, the match ended in 3-1 win for Aston Villa. And the next game was Fulham versus Luton Town. Going to this game, I predicted a 3-1 win for Fulham. Thogdad predicted a 2-1 win for Fulham. Thogden also predicted a 3-1 win for Fulham. At the end of the day, the actual scoreline was 1-0 win for Fulham. And the next game was Man United versus Brighton. Going to this game, I predicted a 3-1 win for Brighton. Thogdad predicted a 2-1 win for Manchester United. Thogden also predicted a 2-2 draw. At the end of the day, the match ended in 3-1 victory for Brighton. And the next game was Spurs versus Sheffield United. Going to this game, I predicted a 2-0 win for Spurs, and Thogdad predicted a 3-1 win for Tottenham. And Thogden also predicted a 4-0 win for Tottenham. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 2-1 victory for Tottenham. Tottenham 2, Sheffield United 1. And the next game was West Ham United versus Manchester City. Going to this game, I predicted a 2-2 draw for both clubs. Thogdad predicted a 2-1 win for Manchester City. Thogden also predicted a 3-1 win for Manchester City. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 3-1 victory for Manchester City. The next game was Newcastle versus Brentford. Going to this game, I predicted a 3-1 victory for Newcastle. Thogdad predicted a 2-1 win for Newcastle. Thogden also predicted a 2-1 win for Newcastle. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 1-0 victory for Newcastle. Newcastle 1, Brentford 0. And the next game was Bournemouth versus Chelsea. Going to this game, I predicted a 1-1 draw for both clubs. Thogdad predicted a 1-0 win for Chelsea. Thogden also predicted a 2-1 win for Chelsea. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 0-0 draw. Everton versus Arsenal. Going to this game, I predicted a 3-0 win for Arsenal. Thogdad predicted a 2-0 win for Arsenal. Thogden predicted a 2-1 win for Arsenal. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 1-0 win for Arsenal. Last game for game week 5 was Nottingham Forest versus Burnley. Going to this game, I predicted a 1-1 draw for both clubs. Thogdad predicted a 2-1 win for Nottingham Forest. Thogden also predicted a 1-1 draw. At the end of the day, the match ended in a 1-1 draw. Spot on prediction for me and Thogden. So this was our predictions and the actual results in game week 5 Premier League predictions. So far, game week 5, Andy Finer, I'm leading with 17 points. Thogden is also following with 16 points, close margin, and Thogdad fell back with 8 points from game week 5. So the overall scores for the Premier League overall standing as it stands in game week 5, Gw5 Epl is now leading with 51 points, followed by Thogdad with 44 points, and Thogden is still at the bottom with 42 points as it stands in game week 5. So this was our predictions and the actual results in game week 5. I know you can't wait for game week 6 predictions. Yes, my next video is going to be the game week 6 predictions. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, put on the notification bell. Anytime I release a video, you may be one of the first people to be notified. I've already released a Champions League match day 1 predictions on my channel, so you can go and check that video too. Till we meet in another video, bye bye for now.